Shit, man. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Got your boy here, Jay Quillo, Talk Live. I want to talk about something that might be important to me or someone else, but yeah, I know that today was the last day to submit your taxes, right? That's a nice cigar here. I'm trying something new on this one. This is a Gurkha though, but this one is pretty damn good, man. I'm gonna want that, man. Woo-hoo. What up, YouTube? Got your boy sitting here right now. I had to make sure I take care of some things earlier, but you know today is your last day to pay your taxes, right? Let's go for anyone of y'all out there acting like y'all ain't got to pay your damn taxes when they come to your house and confiscate everything you got. You could be looking crazy. Where you at? Oh. So today was the last day to submit your taxes, right? Now it's going for a bunch of truck drivers out there that don't, haven't submit your taxes or filed your taxes in the last 5 years. You know they're coming, right? They're going to wait till this whole COVID-19 thing is over. They're going to wait till the whole COVID-19 is over. Then they're going to run down on you, come up in your house and confiscate your shit. What they're going to do, what I think they're going to do, what they're going to do, they're going to send a bunch of letters out. Then after they send a bunch of letters out, they're going to send they're going to put a lien. They're going to send out a lien to your job. They're going to send a lien to Social Security benefits. They're going to send a lien to whatever you get money from. And they're going to slow it down. Because I know truck drivers, what they're going to do is after 3 years, they're going to send out an audit. They sent an audit for me 4 years ago. They hit me with an audit, but that was the state of New Jersey. So when I got the audit, it was kind of shocking to me because what they wanted was they wanted to go back a whole quarter miles and fuels. Now they tell you as a company driver, you could throw away logs after 6 months. That's what they tell you. Damn, it's a good cigar right here. It's a nice Gurkha. This is nice and smooth. You see that? That's what I'm smoking on. That's nice and smooth. See that? But for truck drivers, after 6 months, you're allowed to throw away your logs. But as an owner operator, you ain't supposed to be throwing away your logs. Keep it 100 with you. You ain't supposed to be throwing away your logs. Let's put this up in the banner right here. I know I got it up in there. Don't believe the hype. So, hey, I can say all day and talk to myself. But for owner operators, I advise you, if you can, keep your logs up. Keep all your logs. and keep all your fuel receipts in a box. Try to keep that up in a safe place for at least 4 to 5 years. Because after 4 to 5 years, the state of New Jersey came after me. And at that time they came after me, I was already living in Pennsylvania already. At the time they came after me. So what I had to do was I had to get all of my files. I had to get all of my receipts, all of my logs together. I mean, I went back 4 years because I don't throw away nothing. I keep receipts. So I had to go back 4 years, 4 to 5 years of old logs. Then I had to get few receipts. I think they wanted everything for 2014. So I got everything together, bagged them up, sent them on the vehicle. Now, motor vehicle, what they did was they hold my registration until I got what they got what they wanted. So once I sent them what they wanted, they hold my registration. Now, at the same time, my boy 101 was telling me, he was like, yo, Jay, he got hit with a DOT audit. When that DOT audit, he didn't save no logs, but he had what saved him was he had old few receipts, but he didn't have no logs. But they still hit him with a $3,500 fine. Plus, he still had to pay his registration for the state of New Jersey, and that was already $1,400. But he had to pay the audit fine first. When they came down to me, since I had all my receipts, all I ended up paying was $35 because I had everything. I don't throw nothing away. So that's what they're going to do. Then IRS going to run down on you. I seen an incident with a kid, the IRS for 5 years, never paid him anything. The IRS came to his house, pulled up outside, made him go out and ask him everything he owned, took his Expedition, took his other car, ran up in the house. They confiscated everything for him and his wife, and he had to pay them back. So don't wait until the IRS come after you for some damn taxes. At least get your receipts together. At least get your receipts together, bag them, and submit them. All right? Bag them and submit them. At least file your taxes. If you ain't gonna pay, at least file your taxes. At least you know when you file your taxes, it's already in the system of IRS. Then they can bag everything together and say, we're going to tally this up. And then they just make you do a payment plan like between $100 and $200 a month, whatever you can afford. At least do a payment plan. Because that's what I'm doing now. So you can do a payment plan. You don't have to worry about it. You know, I got into a situation where I was taking my taxes to a tax firm in Elizabeth, New Jersey on Spring Street. I forgot the name of the tax things, black folks or whatever. Not trying to kick him in the back, but they did me dirty though. They did a brother dirty right there on Mary Street, and I don't want it now. So what they did was, already living in Pennsylvania. What they did with my taxes was, they put down I was still living in New Jersey. After I told them and showed them I had a Pennsylvania license at the time, but I told them I was living in PA. So they put New Jersey on it. So now they was fighting over to try to see where the money went. The New Jersey did it, Pennsylvania did it. But at that time, I was a resident of Pennsylvania. So now they had to hold back my 2014, 15, 16, 17 taxes just to get 14 squared away. You know, thank God that I was able to talk to a tax accountant up here that took care of my taxes for me. So don't sit back, you know, and wait for that. Oh yeah. Salute. You gotta keep your receipt. I just turned the comment section back on, but you gotta keep your receipts, man, because what they're gonna do is, like I tell people, right? This is what I do every year. This is what I do every year. Every year, I get 12 folders. Because you know it's 12 months in a year. I get 12 folders. I keep everything from, I don't care if it's a bubblegum receipt. I don't care. Down for bubble gum, the shoes, the food, the tolls. I don't care if the toll is 50 cents. Down from toll receipts, down from fuel, because I got my own, I'm on operator. So I have to keep diesel receipts. At the same time, you got to keep cash receipts for gas. So you keep receipts. The truth, the method of it all is this. It's always better to have more receipts than have less receipts. I'm going to say it again. When you go see your accountant, he may say, wow, this is a lot of damn receipts. Where you got our receipts from? It's always good to have more than less. Because when you have less receipts, he going to call you up and ask you, you're missing 40,000. You're missing 50,000. You're missing 30,000. Now you're going to be sitting there wondering where all the money go. Guys like myself that pay child support. Now I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Listen, guys like myself that pay child support every week comes down 52 weeks of the year. If you paying child support and you filing your taxes, don't let nobody tell you you can't claim that child support. Now you can't claim the child, but you can put that child support under child care. So now if you paying child support, you paying $50,000 to $60,000 a year. Don't let nobody tell you can't do that. Because I heard one knucklehead told me, "Oh, you ain't supposed to file the child support." No, you not claiming the kid, but you have to put down you pay child support, because at the end of the year, IRS going to know where's the 50,000 at, where the 60,000 at. If you ain't got it, now you're looking like a fool. You have to claim it. You have to submit the receipts for the child support. Back to what I was saying. Get yourself 12 folders. If you're an owner operator, if you have your own business, you running your own store, you running a book stand or grocery stand, you running a novelty stand, right? You running a cleaner service, you running I don't care if you run a shoe shine business, you running whatever you running, you have a tax ID number on it, right? As long as you have a tax, salute, Lonzo Exposed. As long as you have a tax ID number, every receipt you have, you put that receipt in the folder for the whole year. And this is what I do. Then at the end of the year, you go back to the first month. You pull out every receipt. On that folder, you're going to want to put meals, electric, rent, mortgage, car payment. You want to put your kids' clothes, your clothes. You want to put everything on that folder. Then you write everything down and you tally it down and you get a number. So now you got 1 to 12, get a blank piece of paper. Now you're going to pull everything from everything you pay for meals, clothes, tolls, car payment. Make sure you put your maintenance bill. You put the tires, how many tires you brought, how many rims you brought. I don't care if you bought jewelry, you bought a baseball cap, all of this go in the uniforms. If you go to the movies, you go out to eat, the movie's going to entertainment. If you you paying like Netflix and all of that. Whatever you do to get receipts, Carlos, keep all your receipts. Because when it come down to it, like I said, it's always good to have more receipts than less. Because today was the last day to submit your taxes. Today was the last day. So I guess you got until 12 o'clock tonight to try to get your taxes in. Because if you don't get those taxes in, come tomorrow, you best to believe the IRS don't give a damn about no damn COVID. The IRS don't care about COVID. They don't care about Corona. The coronavirus, they don't care about that. IRS don't give a damn if you're on your deathbed. If you in a hospital and you handcuffed to a bed, they're going to come in there and they're going to serve you. They're going to put a lien on your hospital bills. Believe that shit. You better believe that. I know about it. I got a friend of mine right now. He haven't filed taxes in 6 years. Salute, Goof, salute. What's going on? He haven't had filed taxes in 6 years. In 6 years, he haven't filed taxes, right? He come to me, tell me, him and his wife is going to fake a divorce so they could both move to Florida so they can get away. Long as you got a social security number, you ain't running from the IRS, homeboy. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. Doug Johnson, good up. What's going on? What's going on? Long as you got a tax ID number, you ain't running from the IRS, man. So if you listening right now, you owe any back taxes, try to get it. I don't know if you get an extension, because I know they was a Rose Gold. What's going on, Rose Gold? What they was able to do is, I think they gave an extension far enough, but I know today was the last day. What's going on, Nate? Salute, Nate. Today was the last day to file your taxes. So if you ain't file your taxes today, or you try to call your accountant to try to see if they could prolong it, you good. That's for those who have their own business and you have a tax ID number and you ain't filed yet. Today was the last day, man. Today was the last day. I got to call today and say you owe, what they said? My accountant said you owe the bill for $235. And today, the last day, you know what I did? I made a U-turn, came back home, called them up, hit the card number, paid the $235. Send everything back to me. I signed everything off. Send it right back. One thing I don't play with. Hey, Sexy Lady D, what's going on? One thing I don't play with is the IRS, brother. You can't be playing around like that, man. Chantel Jones, what's going on? How you doing? You can't play with the IRS, man. You have to file. You have to file your taxes. It's one thing if you owe the IRS, right? If you owe the IRS, as long as you file your taxes, you can always set up a payment plan. Because see, the IRS ain't gonna call you. If you sitting back home right now and you thinking the IRS ain't calling you. The IRS won't even pick up the phone. You can have 2 phones in your house and you can put that phone on ring. You can run to the supermarket, come back, smash out, get some gas, come back, go swimming. That phone's still gonna be on the dial tone. IRS don't pick that phone up for nobody. They ain't picking up for you. They ain't picking up for me. And when they do pick up, that's 2 days later. And you better have your account number ready for them. Because they ain't picking up no phone, man. The best thing to do, like what I had to do, I had to email them and get an account number so I could set it up online. Once I set everything online, then I pay everything from the computer. I pay everything from my phone. But the IRS ain't going to call you on the phone, man. They're not going to tell you to pay your taxes. Nah, you're going to get your ass to work one day and they're going to put a lien on your paycheck. They're going to put a lien on your paycheck. So before they put that lien on your paycheck, they send you them little white envelopes. Them little envelopes are coming in the mail, and you sitting there playing games, right? What's going on, Big Booty Judy? You're going to be sitting there, right? Getting them IRS letters in the mail. And I know some of y'all got them letters, man, because them letters don't stop coming. Them letters will stack up, and stack up till it get to the point where you got like about that thick. It get you to the point where you be so stressed out, you got to put a rubber band around the letters, right? You got to put a rubber band around the letters. Once you put a rubber band around those letters and put that to the side, you got to turn around and you're going to get letter after letter after letter after letter. So I advise you, if you own your own business, get those papers together and at least file it. I know people going back 7 years. You got people going back 10 years on with taxes. But it may not bother you now. And one day they'll catch up and they're going to hit your ass with a tax lien. That's what they're going to do. They're going to hit you with a tax lien. They're going to tear your ass up. So if you can, like I said, tonight, at 12 o'clock, it's done. Tonight at 12 o'clock, it's done. Damn, it's a really nice cigar right here. This shit is smooth. This is better. It's a Gurkha. It's better than the other one. This is smooth right here. I'm saying though, man, y'all need to do that. Take care of your business, man, because see what it is. I don't care if you're black, white, whatever. IRS don't discriminate. They don't discriminate. They do not discriminate. I'm telling you. The IRS do not discriminate. So at the end of the day, go file your taxes, man. They don't discriminate. They don't care what color you are. You got some money for them? They come for that damn money, man. You got anything over the IRS? Like I said earlier, friend of mine's, no, he wasn't a friend of mine's. He wasn't a friend of mine's. Try to get me out of some money. But they came to his house, right? He had 4 trucks. He had 4 trucks with 5 drivers. He was paying all the drivers cash. He wasn't claiming none of the drivers. He pocketed all the money. IRS came to the house, knocked on his door. When they knocked on his door and got him to come outside, they made 1 phone call. 2 tow trucks pulled up and a U-Haul truck pulled up. Whatever box truck or whatever the van the U.S. government has, and took all of his belongings. Skylar, what's going on? They pulled up and took all of his belongings. IRS would do that. They would go up in your house and get your jewelry. They get your clothes. They get your cars. They get everything they can to try to satisfy the debt you owe them. So keep playing with the IRS, man. Keep telling people, man. I tell brothers all the time, pay your taxes, man. At least file your taxes. Nobody want to listen to me. They say I'm crazy. And nigga, you crazy, nigga. I ain't paying that. So if you can, do that. And I got something else I want to talk about real quick, right? Check this out. I got something I want to talk about. A friend of mine's, right? Now, like I know, back in the day, what we did back in the day, we did this. If you bought some off somebody, or if you help somebody out, right? And back in the day, everything was a handshake. Everything was, my word is my bond. This is how it was back. I don't know how they do this shit now with you young kids. I'm 48. So I don't know how you young kids do it now. But I know back in the day, right? Say if you had a friend of yours, and it's probably happened, yeah, because it happened to me too. Say if you had a friend, your friend come to you and say, COVID came around. I got this 2015 BMW. My payments every month is $550 a month. But I owe a year and a half on it. So the payment's $550 a month, I owe a year and a half. Do the math. And you feel you mess with this person. Y'all cool. Y'all tight. Then you turn around and you say, all right, I'll take over the payments. But they didn't tell you they was 4 months in the hole. So you helping them out. You take over the payments. They 4 months in the hole, right? Yeah, the IRS not paying with their money. So now you helping somebody out and they 4 months in the hole. So you say, okay, cool. I got a job. I'm doing real good. I take over the payments for the BMW. So you get this BMW 4 months, 2 months later, the thing is, y'all didn't sign off on no letter. Y'all didn't get notarized. Y'all ain't get a lawyer involved because you trust this person. You believe what this person tell you. A month later, the repo man show up at your house. The repo man show up at your job. The repo man show up at the hospital, show up at the park, show up at the gym. Or the repo man might show up at your side piece house. Repo man show up, confiscate the car. You call your people up, you say, yo, they done took the damn car. Right? So your people would call you up and say they done took the damn car. And you say, yo, but where the rest of my money at? They telling you, nah, that money's spent. Now, you're not doing your homework. You contact the bank. Abby, what's going on? Thumbs up, brother. So you call the bank, right? Kind of find out they 4 months in the hole on that car. It's 4 months in the hole. What happens? You lose, they win. You mad as hell. That's how people get killed. Now, my boy Bosscar, good friend of mine, what I'm trying to say is he did the same similar situation. Bosscar bought a 1995 Peterbilt, turned around and took the Peterbilt, invest $50,000 in the Peterbilt, 50 grand. Peterbilt was in car shows, key downs, the whole nine. He had the truck for about 5 years. Now he had one more payment to pay. The guy he bought the truck off ended up dying. He didn't even know that the dead man's wife put the truck on the internet for $50,000. The same money he put, salute, Bonnie. The same money he put into that car, he put the car on the internet. She put the car on the internet for 50 grand. Now, mind you, me, Bosscar, his name was Bosscar, salute Bosscar, me, Bosscar, and 2 other drivers, we in Ohio. We in Ohio at Harbor Hall truck stop in Ohio. When you first cross in Ohio from Pennsylvania, we all at the truck stop. We all pulled up in there. We took it down for the night. He called my phone. He said, "Jay, where you at?" I said, "I'm like 3 trucks over." He said, "Yo, the police out here." I go out there to the truck. They arrest him. And this is supposed to be my boy truck. He get arrested in Ohio. Right at the truck stop. Grand theft auto. She reported the truck stolen. She reported her dead husband truck stolen. Locked my boy up at the truck stop. Because him and the husband, they did this. The deal was done over a handshake. That's what they did. That's what we did back in the day, bro. The deal was done over a handshake. They took the truck. He go to court for the truck. Thank God the judge believed him. So now the judge said, okay, told the wife, if you want this truck back, give Bosscar everything he put in that truck. Give him back the 50 grand. Give him back the money he put into the truck within 5 years. But he didn't honor the lawyer fees, though. He didn't honor the fact that my boy had to go to jail for that shit in Ohio. By the time he got back to Jersey, he had to go to Ohio twice. And eventually she gave him the truck. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna care for somebody and they have a situation and they want you to take over the bills, you make sure you get that account number. You call the bank. You call any creditor that they owe, that car or whatever belong to, and you get the information on that, because your ass is gonna mess around and be sitting in jail. Jiggy, what's going on, Jiggy? You're gonna be sitting in jail over some BS because you was trying to help somebody. Sometimes you can't help everybody, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You can't help everybody. I don't care how nice they come off. I don't care how sweet they come off. I don't care what they promise you. You cannot help everybody, man. Because helping everybody, you know what's going to get you? The short end of the stick, man. That's what's going to get you. Can't help everybody, man. You can't do it. Yeah, you got to have Nate, you got to have everything. You got to have everything signed and notarized. You got to. Because you can't do that no more, man. It was sad that her husband passed away. But see, my boy didn't know she already posted the truck online. Right before he passed away, she already posted the truck online for 50 grand. Man, that truck done went through 3 truck shows. It done went to 3 key downs down there in South Jersey, Egg Harbor, Sickleville. We all down there. It went through 3 key downs, 3 truck shows. He probably went through more before I even heard about it. But we was riding. Pretty truck. 95 P painted baby blue, sitting 3 inches from the ground. Got a 20-inch bump on it. Got big 7-inch stacks. Man, it's a beautiful truck. And she was that. It was greed. Selfish and greed. She didn't give a damn about my boy Bob's car. She didn't care about Bob's car. And then, you know, the sad thing about it, man, my boy Bob's car ended up having it. After he got it back, 2 years later, he ended up selling the truck, man. Ended up selling the truck. Ended up selling it. I don't know if he couldn't deal with it. Yeah, you got to do background checks on people, man, because it's like that sometimes, man. It's like that, man. People, you know, tell you something. If people know you have a kind heart and they know they can come ask you and they know you're going to say yes. They know you're going to say yes. That's why sometimes you got to show tough love, man, and say no. Or if you don't want to be rude and say no, you can say, nah, I'm kind of backed up on bills right now and I got something to do. I got a situation of my own. Because being kind-hearted sometimes will land you a hard ass, man. Pause, but that's what happens. Sometimes you can't be kind-hearted, man. You can't be kind-hearted, people, man. People will sit up here, man, and they do you dirty. So if you got family members, friends, sometimes it's always good to good. It's good to give people wisdom, give them knowledge, and give them tough love. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna keep it 100. If you know that person ain't good with money, don't give their ass no money. Give them enough that you know you can lose. You understand what I'm saying? If you know the person that's coming to you ain't good with money, give them enough you know that you can lose. So if you lose the money, you just paid their ass off so they ain't got to ask you for no money no more. That's the God honest truth. If you know they ain't good with no money, just say, okay, cool. They want 500, give them $100. Say, nah, you know what? Here go 100 right here. I'm kind of tapped out this week. Take the 100. So if they don't pay you back, you could tell them, yo, I just paid you off and don't ask for no money no more. You have to do that with people, man. You got to show their ass tough love, man. You got to do it, especially family members, man. The family members be the first one to do you dirty, bro. I ain't gonna sit up in, I ain't gonna cat for nobody, man. Family member do it, man. What's that? Yeah. I'm telling you. That's how people do, man. You got to show tough love, man. You got to show something. Sometimes you got to do it. You know, sometimes it's like this. You can love your mama to death, and sometimes you got to show your mama tough love too. Now, I don't mean disrespect your mother. I love my mother to death. So sometimes you got to show tough love because, you know, you got to take care of people where they need fit. What I mean by that, if you know they need something, right? If you know somebody needs something and you know they're not good with money, how you do that is you call them up, you go by their house, you see what they need. You buy it, you drop it off and keep it moving. What they're going to say? You should have dropped off the money. Michelle, hey, I see you. What you going to do? 5/5, going on 5/5. That's how you got to do it. Sometimes you got to go by their house to see what they need. Or you get in their car. You say, hey, can I use your, hey, I left something in your car. Then if you see they need gas, fill the tank up. Sometimes you have to do that with some people. You can't give everybody what they want, man. It's just like that sometimes, man. It's like that sometimes. You got to show tough love, man. You got to show that, man. You know? Now, see, my boy Boxcar, he was nice to the lady's wife. Respectable. Gave her the money every month on time. Even if he was late, he still paid her. He only had about a year left. And just selfish and greed, where it got him. Locked up. spent all his money to get the truck back, and 2 years ended up selling the truck. And I bet you when he sold that truck, he did not get the money he put into that truck, man. And I know that's that's his harsh reality. He didn't get the money he put into that truck. He lost everything. He lost everything. The cigar king. He lost everything, man. Everything. So next time somebody come to you, you gotta let them know that, man. You know. And another thing I want to talk about is Ice Cube. Hey, what's going on with Ice Cube, man? After Ice Cube went head to head with Jerry Heller and anything else, what's going on with Ice Cube? Oh, I see. What's going on with Ice Cube? Because at the end of the day, Ice Cube said, Ice Cube said he wasn't going to support Trump. He said he wasn't going to do it. And what did he do? He turned around. He turned around and supported him anyway. Now, you got to understand one thing, right? The rich protect the rich. That doesn't necessarily mean Ice Cube supports Trump. Hey, Justin, salute, brother, salute. That doesn't necessarily mean he supports Trump. But you got to understand with rich people and Donald Trump, they want to protect their money. They want to protect their money. I know a lot of rich people don't give a damn about Trump. But when it comes down to protecting that money they got, because the incentives that he gives them for immigrants to work on their property is what a lot of people don't know. Trump gives them incentives to let immigrants work on their property, even from cleaning, cutting grass, landscaping, in and outside the house, working in factories and warehouses. Trump gives them incentives to work there. So they doing that to protect their money, man. And this is the God honest truth. So if you see Ice Cube supporting Trump, they trying to protect their money. That's what they doing, bro. Y'all may not agree with me because I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump fan. No, I'm not. But at the end of the year, I make 100 plus. It's not a whole lot of money, but it helps. The little bit that you can get. But at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, these rich folks is going to roll with Trump because Trump protects their money, man. Oh, yeah. Cigar definitely, hey, Jiggy, cigar definitely keep me relaxed, man. It definitely keep a brother relaxed, man. That's why I smoke these things, man. And this one right here, I don't know if you can see the label, but I don't know where you from, Jiggy, but this is a Gurkha right here. This is the first Gurkha. I smoke Gurkhas, right? But this is the first one that I tried, but I don't know if you can see this label here. This is smooth, man. This is way better than the one I smoked. This is good, man. This is good. This is good. Yeah, this is good right here. Nah, sexy lady D, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. But this is smooth right here, man. So, but see the thing about it though. Now, when I was in Atlanta, and before I linked up with Goof Troop, I met a sister. In Atlanta. I follow her on Instagram. She followed me. When I met this sister, she had they good, but they leave like a Big booty Jew, they leave like a harsh taste on your tongue. That's why if I smoke one, I smoke it, I sip it with a Red Bull, because the Red Bull gives that taste back on your tongue. Like, I try not to smoke cigars a lot, but I like them. I enjoy them. But it leaves like a certain bitter taste. So like right now I'm drinking this wine, right? So this is a Moscato right here. So you could do like a light red wine, or you could do like what is that called? It's called I think it's a pink tail with I think it's a I don't know if it's a kangaroo on the front. They make a sweet red wine. So you can sip that when you smoke cigars. It works. It definitely works. Definitely works. It definitely works out. Yeah, I know. I tell you one, cigars will mellow you out, man. It'll bring your mood down, especially when you had a hard day. You have a hard day at work. You want to come home and sit back for like 15, 20 minutes, other than walking around the house. Because it's crazy how some people get home and you in your driveway, but you don't want to go in the house because you don't want to face trauma or drama that's in the house. I say you pull upside that garage or that driveway, pull out a cigar, start smoking it, walk through the door, your missus or your man start beefing, get their ass a cigar. Tell them to calm down, man. Yeah, it works. But like I said, that's the only reason why Ice Cube, that's why I put down the bottom, don't believe the hype. I always say that. That's the reason why Ice Cube is supporting. And that's why Ice Cube is supporting Donald Trump. Not because he wants to, but Ice Cube trying to save it, trying to keep his money in the bank. So they ain't got to pull their money out the bank and be trying to hide the money in offshore accounts and all that crazy stuff. But that's the reason why I think he's supporting Donald Trump. Everybody might have their own opinions and differences, but I know how money works. And that's like it's a cabin it's a resort upstate New York. It'll come to my head in a minute. I met the owner of the resort, millionaire, got millions. And when he ran it down to me, it made a whole lot of sense. Because see, let me tell you something. If you sit down, it's a difference than sitting down talking to a millionaire that got jewelry on, they got a Benz outside, they got a big mansion. Then talking to somebody that's a millionaire, ain't got no gold, ain't got no jewelry on. This man was driving a Honda Accord. Driving a Honda Accord. No jewelry, nothing flashy, regular two-piece suit on, and he broke the whole financial game down to me. And it made a whole lot of sense. Made a whole lot of sense, man. So just because somebody is standing in front of you looking like $1 million, if somebody standing on the side of you, salute, SP, if somebody standing on the side of you is looking like they done shopped at Walmart, I listen to this cat before I listen to the cat look like $1 million, man. Because the cat that was talking to me, driving a Honda Accord, he made a whole lot of sense. And the man owned the resort up there in upstate New York by Watkins Glen. If anybody know where Watkins Glen at, Lake George. I met the owner of Lake George, upstate New York, him and his wife. I was at a bar down here on 611 in Mount Pocono. The owner of Lake George. And when he broke it down to me how the financial game worked and how these millionaires, I'm going to tell you some real slick shit, right? I'm going to tell you something about money. What Donald Trump gives them. This is why they protect their money, right? You go to the bank and get a loan. Emmanuel Mills, what's going on? What's going on? Salute, brother. Hey, man, I seen your little studio in the back, man. Salute, bro. Right? Let me tell you how millionaires work. Some of y'all might can relate to this, right? If you go to the bank right now trying to get a $500,000 loan, they'll look at you like you're crazy, right? And if they do give you $1 million loan, they're going to give you a big interest rate. And they want that money back within a year time. Right? Check it out. The guy in Lake George told me this. He borrowed $50 million from the bank. Right? $50 million. From the bank. And gave him 10 years to pay it off. 10 years. So now he take that 50 million, he double and flip that 50 million 5 different ways. 5 different ways. But before the 10 years come, he done already pay half of it back with no interest. See what I'm saying? So when you got millions, you can borrow on top of those millions, ain't even got to spend that money. You can let that money sit for 5 years and they won't even come after you. But you let the same person stand in front of you with jewelry looking like $1 million, got a Bentley outside. He got to pay that money back in 2 years. But this guy right here, 10 years, ain't got to touch the money, flip the money over, still sitting on cake. So that's where Trump comes into play. I'm not a Trump supporter, but what Trump comes into play is making sure he don't get charged interest on that money. Now you see what I'm getting at with it, right? That's where you got all of these stars that got money. It's back in Trump because Trump got money. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something about a Cuban cigar. I don't like Cuban cigars. I had about 2 of them. Cuban cigars nasty, bro. Nasty. I don't know. That's my opinion, man. I don't smoke Cuban cigars. I had 2 of them that was brought back from Cuba. I don't know because they were stale or they wasn't fresh. I don't know. I didn't like it. They gave me a headache, man. They gave me a headache, so I don't deal with Cubans. But at the same time, brother, the real French dose, I had to get you out of here, bro. I can't do it, man. I can't do the trolling, man. I can't do it, man. Because I'm not trolling nobody. You know, I'm not gonna be in nobody's comment section trolling. Because what they do, they take your name and they spell your name different how you spell it. And then they be in other people's comments trolling. I'm not doing the trolling, man. I'm not doing that. Yeah, Emmanuel Miller. You know, right? Cubans are nasty, man. I try Cubans. They nasty, man. I can't do it. They give me right here. They give me a headache. I can't do Cubans, man. Can't do them. For the money you can spend on a Cuban, and you can spend less than $20 on a good cigar, like this right here. I think I spent $13 for this Gurkha, and this thing is smooth. Smooth, no headaches. It don't give you a nasty taste in your tongue. It don't give you that doo-doo breath like some cigars do. But then if you get a cigar and it smells like your breath smells like doo-doo, that's because the cigar is stale. And what I usually do with my cigars, right? I'm gonna show y'all this one though. Now I got this one for the sister in Maryland, in Georgia. What I do with cigars, you get a cigar, right? Put them in a plastic. Get like a damp paper towel like this, and you put it in there. It'll take any stale cigar from stale to fresh. Believe that. But I got this from the sister. Look at that. I bought this from the sister in Georgia. See how big that is? I ain't even tried that yet. See that? I ain't even tried. I forgot how much I spent, about $25 for this. Look how big that is, man. Now that's a damn cigar. See that? That's a cigar, bro. I got this from a sister in Georgia that distribute her own cigars to cigar lounges, cigar clubs, any place in Georgia that she go from all 48 states. And she got her own cigar thing. I forgot her name, but I'm gonna have her name next time. But she's on my Instagram. She followed me on Instagram, but this is a cigar right here. I'll be smoking this tomorrow, though. Not all of it, but it's probably half of that. So they're not bad though, man, but that's how money works, man. See, I'll tell you like this, right? In the urban area, in the urban schools, yeah, that's a big cigar. They don't teach your kids economics. If you can, from now on, teach your kids economics. Teach your kids wealth. Teach them their wealth. Teach your kids what they're worth. Teach them finances. Teach them how money works and how to spend money. Because if you could do that with your kids now, when they're still young and babies, and show them how you navigates through money, your kids will grow up learning how to manage money. Because growing up, me growing up in North New Jersey, my mom's had to raise 5 kids, so we wasn't really taught how to manage money. The schools we went to in North, they wasn't teaching economics, bro. They wasn't teaching that. So I always say the first lesson start at home. So if you could teach your kids home, if you could teach your kids while they're home now about economics and how money works and teaching the banking system, the kids grow up being loan sharks. I swear to God. Kids grow up being loan sharks, knowing how to loan money out and get money back. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to survive now with your kids. Because, see, your kids is going to be your backbone to your future. You don't want to be old. You don't want to be old, right? And you got these greedy ass kids that don't want to help their parents. So you want to teach your kids young. You want to teach them young. You know? Yeah. You want to teach your kids young, man. You want to bring them up like that. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to survive now. You got to teach your kids economics, man. You got to teach them, man. You got to teach them. You know, if you got kids at home and your kids act real nerdy, but they smart, invest in them. Shout out to Goof Troop. Invest in your kids, man. If you know your kids like to play video games, why not invest in them? They can start a YouTube page and make money off that. Then you teach them wealth. Why not? Why not? It's you don't have to always give your kids a baseball bat. You don't have to give your kids a basketball. You don't always have to give your kids, you don't have to make your kids athletes to make money, man. You don't have to do that shit. Nah, teach them about money, man. About money. Because everybody want their kids to be a star. You cannot be an athlete, man. What you gonna do? Have your kids run through most of these kids don't make it. Kids run through elementary school playing sports. I played sports in high school. I played football and I ran track. Kids running through playing football in high school, damage their knee. By the time they get to college, they blow their knee out. Now, as a parent, you looking at your child like, this gonna be our way out the hood. This gonna be our way to get a bigger house in the suburbs. Then when your kid blow his knee out, or your daughter run the track doing gymnastics and flip and land on her back and break her back, now you got a girl, you got a daughter in a wheelchair, you got a son with bad Achilles. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do? You have to teach your kids something other than sports. You have to do that. You have to do that. Because you know what's going to happen to your kids? They're going to end up on pills. You know why they're going to end up on pills? Because they're going to feel as though you let them down. No, they're going to feel as though they let you down. Your kid's going to be thinking that I let pops down. I let moms down. This was our key out. No. You make sure your kids get the best education they can get, because you know they're not going to get everything they need in school. That's where it comes in you. That's where you come in the middle of this shit and you teach them kids. You preach to them kids. You march them kids. You make sure them kids get the best education at home before they leave out that damn door. You know, nah, it's not about the skin color. Damn sure ain't about it's about the system, ain't about the skin color. So you make sure before them kids walk out that door in the morning, you make sure they have that breakfast. You make sure them kids have the best education they get for them parents. I don't care if you got to bring old people in your house and they could teach them about things that happened 40, 30 years ago. Because you know what they said? Some kids got old souls. My mother used to always tell me, she said, Jay, you got an old soul. You got a soul of an old man. When I was young, I was like, man, mom called me an old man. I'm young. But then I realized I got older that having a soul of an older man helped me with a third eye to be wiser than a lot of my friends. Not kicking them in the back, but I was wiser than a lot of my friends because I had an old soul. So when you go around people, older people, they say, damn, you know what, young man, you got an old soul. You're going to get somewhere in life. You're going to do something. So if you know your kids have it, invest in your kids, man. Don't be afraid to invest in your kids. Don't be afraid, bro. If you're a female, male, I don't care what race you are, invest in your kids. Stop worrying about the Chinese. Stop worrying about what the Chinese are doing. My son, 11 years old, he won the highest honor scholarship in the school that he's in at 11 years old. My son cried at a spelling bee because he didn't get the word wrong. He got the definition wrong. And he cried. I felt bad for him. But then he told me the reason why, because he let it slip. So another little young girl beat him to it. He felt as though he let me down. So I had to talk to him. He didn't let me down. So you have to support and invest in your kids. Stop calling your kids dummies. Stop calling them stupid. Stop saying you act like your mother. You act like your father. Tell them to act like a king. Stop acting like a baby and act like a king. You have to talk to your kids in a way to make them feel good, that they want to do more and want to do better. Can't keep dragging our kids through the mud, man. Because all that we got now with this COVID right now, it's crazy to even have a baby right now with in the times that we are in right now, man. So you have to really back your kids up, man. Back your kids. You know. I'm about to drop the link. So y'all want to come in here? Show your face. I'm going to drop the link. But if you're going to come in here trolling, oh, you best to believe I have a no policy block button. You come up in here trolling, I'm going to block you. I ain't got no problem with that. We ain't going to be arguing. We ain't going to be yelling. We ain't going to be screaming at each other. You come up in here, I'm going to block you. So I'll drop the link. You want to come in politics? We can do that. But if you're coming in here crazy, I'm going to have to block you. Yeah, I know, right? It's a good thing being a father, man. You got to love it, man. Because you see your kids, you see the energy. You see where they going. Ain't nothing like coming home to a bunch of bad kids and just looking at them and giving them that support, man. But sometimes you got to give them tough love too. But with everything, how we was raised, you can't do it no more. Because putting a belt to a kid keeps that kid out of jail. But they took all that out the house, but yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that, Miss Belladonna. The best thing is being a parent. You're right. But the sad thing about it, every parent can't be a parent, though. That's the sad thing about it, man. Every parent can be a parent. You know, it's sad, but it's the honest truth. It is the honest truth, man. Every parent can be a parent. You know, I done seen some good fathers raise single kids. I seen good mothers raise single moms raising kids, single fathers raising kids. You know, boy, now he got 3 sons, raising 3 sons by himself. I salute him all the time. You know, it's hard, man. It's hard. You know, I know. Having, 6 kids myself, I got 3 girls and 3 boys. And to watch them girls is, man, them girls more, it's something else, man. More girls that have your head rolling off your damn shoulders, man. I tell you, man, but yeah, ain't nothing like being a parent. Now, my youngest one now is 11. And in school 6 days a week, when he was in school 6 days a week. And every time I pick him up, he giving me a quiz. We breaking down math problems. You know, he in the bank talking finances with the people in the bank. It's crazy, man. What do you say? Ice Cube got banned from CNN. But you gotta understand, man. Most of them brothers, man, like I said earlier, most of them rich people, they only running with Trump because they keep their money in their pocket, man. If you make it over $1 million a year, even though if they can't stand Trump, they still gonna roll with Trump, you know. That's just the life we live in, man. It's kind of like when Obama came president, everybody was up and on. Some people ain't want it. But after 3 weeks, you got to deal with it. The same thing with Trump. When Trump came president, I wasn't with that. But at the end of the day, after 3 weeks, you learn to deal with it. So whoever become your president, it ain't going to make a difference. Man, sitting up in there. But see, what people don't know is this. Congress run your president, right? But guess who run Congress? Corporations. Big corporations run your Congress and your Congress. Big corporations sit back. They make laws. Who you think made your stand your ground laws? Who you think? Yeah, but none of Hollywood is rolling with Trump, but they're going to find a way to keep their money. But back to what I was saying. Who you think made your stand your ground laws? Stand your ground laws in the Constitution? Who you think made that? Congress ain't make stand your ground. Yeah, 500 million. Damn right. But who you think made your stand your ground laws? Your stand your ground laws wasn't made by Congress. It's not in the Constitution. It's not. Stand your grounds was made, yes, Carlos, was made by big corporations. They made your stand your grounds. That wasn't done by Congress. Nah, that wasn't done by the government. It was done by your Walmart, your Costco, your Target, your AT&T, back in the day, Bell Atlantic, Verizon. All of these big corporations, these ports, these container companies, they built is what you got, what you call stand your ground and your privatized prisons. Think about it, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna shoot you some game, right? I don't want to go off subject, but they had a book. You ever heard this book called by the author was Nathan McCall. Nathan McCall. The book was called Make Me Want to Holler. I'll wait. Look up that book. It's a book called, the author name was Nathan McCall, and the book was called Make Me Want to Holler. On the front of it, light-skinned brother with a dashiki outfit on, and the front of that book. Look the book up. Yeah, it depends on you and your. You're right. Now look up the book called Nathan McCall. In that book, this man said, I read this book in high school. One of the most, I read Nathan McCall, Make Me Want to Holler, and an autobiography from Malcolm X. I had a teacher named Mr. Green. Shout out to Mr. Green. Mr. Green's still alive. One of the best Black history teachers I ever had. That man taught me everything I need to know about Black history, just being Black in America. Gave me a book. And Nathan McCall, what he did in that book, I'm going to just run right through it. He grew up, moved to Virginia, started gang banging. He was banging on his own race. He shot and killed his own race, right? He was going to jail for shootings and was coming home. They never gave the man no real time. The man and his boys robbed a McDonald's in Virginia. Somewhere in the Richmond area, they robbed the McDonald's. The man got less time for murder and attempted murder and got more time for robbing McDonald's. You know why he got more time? Because he took the money from the man. Man got life in prison. He did 30 years. Came home and wrote this book. It's like a game of chess. How you get less time for murder and attempted murder and get life in jail for robbing McDonald's and get no more than $100? That because that law was passed through your big corporations, passed it down to Congress. Congress passed it on. Did 30 years. Now what they call privatized prisons. Your privatized prisons is run by corporations. That's why a while back, the private prison was crying to the federal state level, saying that we not getting enough people in prison. Your privatized prison, when you go to Texas and you sitting there milking cows, you sitting there making license plates, making t-shirts, making furniture, that's your privatized prisons. Yeah, exactly. I read that when I was a teenager. He was speaking about growing up in Virginia. Yes. I read that book. Read that book in high school, man. That's a deep book. It's about like that thick. Very deep book. It helped you understand life as a young man. My teacher gave it to me because I was wild. Me and my boys, we was wild. And he gave us the book. I read that book and it calmed me down. That book calmed me down. Calmed my Black ass down. Yeah. 100 years for robbery. Exactly. Black Rose. You see what I'm talking about? See, that comes under the corporations. They make these laws. Your Congress don't, these laws not in the Constitution. They make these laws so they can put you in privatized prisons. You see what they're doing now? They're getting younger. I watched a 12-year-old boy on a documentary of YouTube get life in prison. But then they end up reducing it because in that state, some states are not allowed to give young people, I don't care what your race is, they're not allowed to give you life in prison. Now they backed it down. If over 12, you can get it. Now it's under 12. Yeah, they give you all the time, man. Then they got you sitting there making furniture. Then it's a nerve how they got you sitting in prison. And then you come on O&M. You done made all that money being under a corporation law. It's a penal code. I forgot the penal code they got for that. That's a penal code for that, man. That's why I said, if you can't invest in your kids, man, you know, if you out there game banging, why would you want that for your kids? Why? Yeah, juvenile facilities, yes. Dre Black. They got a juvenile detention center in North New Jersey on Sussex Avenue. right? That damn juvenile detention center, damn near hold more kids in that detention center than it does in the prison on Duramus Avenue in North. And that's a damn shame, man. That's a shame, man. Other than rehabilitating these kids and helping these kids learn the trade while they're in there, they're allowing these kids to fight. There's documentary when they allowing these kids to beat each other up in these detention centers. You know, hey, Dre Black, you know Dre Black. You got these detention centers, you got these fake correction officers even messing with these kids or got these kids beating each other up, man. It don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, man. But that's how it is out here, man. So your privatized prisons is making a boatload of money, keeping you in jail. That's why I said you got to focus on your kids, man. You got to focus on your kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a sexual AD. You got to focus on your kids, man. You guys to, man. It's the only way out. You know? Stop trying to push these kids to be thugs. Push these kids to be gangbangers. You wouldn't want your kids to have the life you have. Can't be forcing these kids out there in the streets, man. A lot of these parents, some of these parents, they get these kids, want these kids to be thugs and gangsters and gangbangers wearing do-rags and acting all stupid. They got these kids cussing. They think that's cute. It ain't cute for your kids to be sitting out there cussing people out. Yeah. Intimidate. Yeah, they do. But see, that comes from home. You know, like I know everything start at home, man. Everything start at home. It ain't cute for these kids running around here cussing people out. Yo, Kenyon, salute, brother. Yeah, Stay paying you, right. It ain't cute, man. It's everything start at home, man. People can say, well, no, it don't. It starts in the streets. Nah, because when them kids come home, them kids got to come to you. When them kids leave home, they leaving you. So letting them kids go astray, nah, man, that ain't cute, man. That ain't cute, man. It ain't cute letting a 5-year-old boy drink beer. Shit, that ain't cute, man. Yeah, exactly, right? You want the feds or you want the state? Exactly, man. Exactly. That's like the situation with the young girl that was being sex trafficking. She killed the dude, gave her life in prison. Then it ended up fighting for and they reduced it. That was madness too, man. How the hell you killed a man that had you sex trafficking? Then they turn around and give her life. They give her life for it. What kind of madness is that? Because it's already designed for the system to get 30 years out you or better when you're young. They look at you like, oh, you be home at 40? You be home at 48? So made no sense, man. But that's what they doing. Yeah, hey, Jiggy, man, I know, man. I'm going to tell you, Jiggy, man. When my daughter was born, I was in the middle of the block. When my daughter was born, right? I was in the middle of the block. Me and my boy hustling hard, selling white and selling smoke in the middle of the block. My daughter was born. I left the block and went to the hospital. True story, I left the block and went to the hospital. Around the same time, my brother and my boy, my dog for life. My brother took 2 bullets to the chest. My boy took a bullet through the shoulder. Crazy part about that was they were shot by the same dudes we grew up with. The same dudes we went to elementary school with. We knew each other by first, last name. We knew each other by the first and last name. We knew each other's parents. I knew their mother, their father, their grandmother, their sister, cousin. Everybody knew each other in the hood. Everybody. Everybody knew each other, man. And at the same time, I'm standing on a damn block with a CDL in my pocket, man. And this guy, what's going on, bro? I was standing on the same block with a CDL license in my pocket. If you know anything about North, I was in the middle of 8th Street between 11th Ave and 12th Ave. Beefing with dudes I went to Dr. Martin Luther King with. Beefing with dudes I went to 13th Avenue with. 8th Street, 7th Street, 9th Street. Beefing with dudes I grew up with. Over what? And once guns came into play, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. I took them CDL license. I couldn't take it no more. Either going to be me sitting in prison, wheelchair. The only 3 things you getting out the streets: prison, death, and a wheelchair. You ain't getting nothing more than that, man. Prison, death, wheelchair. You pick your maker, bro. You pick which one you want to live on. I took my license and I got off the block. I ain't been back since then, bro. 27 years later, I'm talking to y'all. 27 years later, I'm on here talking to y'all. But I don't glorify it. The best thing I ever did was took them license and put them to use. Yeah. It's always someone we know. Always. I'm not going to name no names, but I got a bunch of names here. Crazy part about it was the night my brother got shot, 2 days later, I went home. I'm on Central Avenue, East Orange, Central and Harrison. If anybody know about East Orange, New Jersey, Central and Harrison, when you come on Central Avenue, you bust right on Harrison Avenue, there's a brown building with a dome in the front. I pull up in the back. I'm getting out my car. So when I get out my car, I got like 8 dudes back there. I'm facing 8 dudes, 3 dudes with guns, and I know everybody by last name. Everybody. If it wasn't for Big Man, I ain't gonna say his name, calming everybody down, yo, we should talk. We grew up together. Big Man eased everything. He calmed everybody down. But if it wasn't for him, there'd be a bunch of dead young brothers out there. For what? For what? Claiming the block? For what? Over a neighborhood street name, 8th Street, 7th Street, Central Avenue, 11th Ave. We was repping numbers. We was on the block fighting over street numbers. Ain't made no damn sense, man. And we all went to the same school. Claiming blocks. Yeah, You know what street it is, man. You know. Nah, but that's what we was doing. We was claiming street numbers. Yo, man, we turned 8. Black people know how to make shit a trend. We turned 8th Street to 108. We turned 7th Street to 107th. We add numbers on numbers just to claim that shit. Don't make no sense, man. Don't make no sense. This is what we did growing up. Over street numbers, man. I know a lot of young men in the hood that died on blocks because of a street number. I know dudes right now paralyzed for life. Every time I go to North and I get my hair cut, I see everybody. And you know the crazy part about it? We all laugh about it because most of us still here. Oh, Hawthorne? Yeah, let me tell you something, man. I lived on Prince Street. I lived Prince Street, 234, 9th floor. I lived on the corner of Prince. 234, 9th floor. No, building 234, 9th floor. I lived on Prince Street, man. I was supposed to went to Shabash, but they was off the meter because you had to cross through Johnson Avenue. Man, it was off the meter. Man, my mom put me on the bus, sent me to Barrington High School. Crazy, bro. Crazy. But like I said, man, then when I got to North, I thought we was off the chain. We had to deal with the Puerto Ricans. They was bananas. They went through the same thing we went through. What's no difference? Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, they don't know what it is, man. Oh, you lived on the 5th floor? Oh, all right, man. When I grew up down there, you had Oink outside, Big Oink. You had Dollar Bill. You had Mustafa. The mother had the candy bus right on the corner of Prince Street. The mother had the candy bus right there. Daughter Jamila and her brother and them used to go to the little candy bus right across the street, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. North was Latin King territory. North, Brancho Park. You talking about anywhere from Broadway, Bloomfield Avenue, Parker Street. So you got Broadway, Bloomfield Avenue, Parker Street, come right around the other side of Belleville. That was all Latin King. Yeah, it was Latin King, man. A lot of bodies showing up at Brancho Park. There was a lot of bodies in the park. Yeah, but that's what they was doing. See, when I grew up in North, we didn't have gangbangers. They got that now. When I grew up in the streets of North, we didn't have gangbangers. Growing up in North at that in the late 70s and 80s, the early 70s and 80s and 90s, we didn't have gangbangers. We didn't know nothing about Bloods, Crips. All we had was Latin Kings. They was around then. But we had crews, cliques, and posses. You roll with either three. You had your crew, you had your clique, was only consist of 5 people. Your crew was everybody you was on a block with. The posse was you link up with other neighborhoods that made a posse. But then the thing was, you still was able to go in these other neighborhoods. Yeah, a lot of bodies in the park, man. Shoot, man, I could tell some stories about bodies in Brancho Park, especially Weekway Park. Weekway Park. Back in the day, Weekway Park on Mika Avenue by the building, right across the street, the towers. I used to hang in the towers. Crazy in Weekway Park. Crazy. Man, they still got that building up right there on Mika Street, the brown one. I think they changing that building. Rutgers bought the building on Mika Street. That whole building on Mika Avenue and who's that? Mika Avenue, Elizabeth Avenue. That whole building right there on the corner on Mika by the park. That's Rutgers bought that. Rutgers bought that, man. Rutgers bought that whole building. Yeah. Then if you look at the towers got a big crack in the wall. I don't know when that damn thing on. If it do fall, it might fall on 22. Tower's still there, man. So I just live right there on 100th Street, right by the school. Peshawn Avenue Elementary School. I just live right there on 100th. Mm-hmm. But back then, man, it wasn't. Exactly, bro. Right there on Mika, man. But back then, man, like I said, we didn't have. Yeah, then it came. The games came later on, man, because we didn't have that, man. I didn't grow up watching game bangers and all of that. Nah, because it's like this. Whoever you ran with, that's like we would. If you was hanging on Citrus Avenue, you were still able to go to South Orange Avenue and hang out on South Orange Avenue. Nowadays, you can't do that no more. Yeah, I know. Things are so similar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Rutgers bought that building right there on Mika, the brown one. Man, they sold more drugs out that thing than nobody business, bro. The only projects still standing in North is The what's the McElroy, Stephen Crane right there on Orange Street? That's the only one up. They got a whole police station in there. Shit, you can't even. You got to go in there with ID, man. You got to go in there with ID. You know, that's the only one, man. That's the only one still standing right now. Yeah, but yeah, they bought that. Rutgers bought that, man. Rutgers ended up merging with University Hospital. So now I don't know what they're gonna call it, right? Rutgers, University Hospital, and I think NJIT. They all merging now. They merging. Yeah, they all merging now, man. So it's gonna be one conglomerate, a big technical hospital. That's all it's gonna be from now on, man. That's what it's gonna be. A big technical hospital down there. Like, if y'all can, you know, I know it's late over here, but if you can, go in the room, look at your kids, sit on the edge of the bed with your kids, and tell your kids they can be anything they want to be in life. Tell your kids that. Give them a hug. Everything they done, even if your kids made you mad tonight, go in and tell your kids, you know what? You lucky you my kid. Give them a kiss on the head, say, I'm going to give you a pass. If you could give these niggas in the street a pass, why you mad with your kids tonight? Think about what I'm talking about, man. Think about what I'm talking about. If you can give these fools a pass, give your kids a pass. Swear to God, man. It'll make you a better person tonight. Give your kids a pass, man. Because ain't no way in hell you giving fools on YouTube a pass. You giving dudes in the street a pass. You giving these girls a pass. Hey, Grace, how you doing, Grace? You giving everybody a pass. But give your kids a pass tonight. And if you in a relationship and y'all in the same house and she in the room and you in the living room or you in the basement, you in the garage, go upstairs and give your loved ones a pass. Because there ain't no way in hell you could give an idiot a pass. Yeah, I know y'all see Gizmo back there. Come here. Come here, come here. Oh, you can't jump, bro? Come on. If you can, now I want to get, go ahead and get the smoke in your face, little man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Well, stay over there then. If you can, give your people a pass tonight so you can sleep good tonight, man. Do that. Do it for me. Give your kids a pass. Give your kids a pass. Even if you, like I said, you can't give everybody a pass. But if you living in a house and you raising kids together, there's no reason why y'all should be sleeping in different bedrooms, different parts of the house. I know with COVID, it's a struggle right now. It's a struggle with everybody. But if you in a house raising kids, you raising young daughters, you raising young men, and you going through it, think outside the box. And give them a pass for the night, man. You can sleep better. You can definitely sleep better. Oh, yeah. Yo, Jiggy, Gizmo, stay in the truck, bro. Gizmo, stay in the truck, man. I'm going to tell you funny about this dog, right? If I leave him home for one day, his paw breaks, his back legs don't move, the dude be stressed out. But as soon as I let him out that door, ain't nothing wrong with him. Dog be tripping, man. Dog be tripping. But do that. So I'm about to sign off right now. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through tonight, chilling with a brother, supporting a brother. I like talking, and I love talking to y'all. So before I end this, make sure you like, share, subscribe. But before I end this, go in the room and look at your kids. Look at your kids. I mean, really look at your kids. And see where you want your kids to be other than how you came through life. You never want your kids to see how you came up. But one thing you do with your kids, like I do with mine, be honest with them. Don't never tell your kids no shit that they ain't gonna do you ain't never did before. Be honest with your kids. Be honest with them. Be truthful with your kids. Because at the end of the day, when you lie to your kids gonna see your ass lying. They gonna know you lying. So be honest with your kids, man. Start giving out more hugs. Start giving kids more hugs. Start spending a little more time with them. That's all I gotta say about that. Salute to everybody that came in here, bro. I appreciate the females. I appreciate the men. Kenyon, Dave, Sexy Lady D, Jiggy, Grace, everybody that came in here to chill with a brother night. I appreciate it, man. At the end of the day, we all gonna have to learn to respect each other. If you ain't gonna deal with each other, just leave each other alone. Good night. Salute. I'll get with y'all tomorrow.